What's up, everybody? I am back for a new chaotic lore video. I know it's been a minute, things have been kind of hectic, personally wise, but I managed to get another one done. We're going back to the overworld. Today's video will be covering Mommark. This was requested by Joshua Taylor 7443, but I also want to tack on a big thanks to David Kerr 7350 for correcting me a while back when I made my Gaspedon video. I made the mistake of conflating that Gaspedon was one of Mommark's other experiments. That was wrong. He was just another overworld associate, not one of his experiments. So I want to make that correction here and now. It was a perfect opportunity to do so. So thank you for giving me that help, David. Thank you. So without further ado, let's carry on to the video. Mommark is an overworld geneticist who creates mutant creatures with unique abilities. Not much is known by Mommark's history, but at some point, Maxor acknowledged Mommark's brilliance and wanted to put it to good use for the overworld. However, even though Mommark created great creatures who have proven themselves as heroes, Maxor has forbidden Mommark from creating dangerous creatures. Maxor underestimated Mommark's love for experimenting and thus ignored his king's orders. That's one of the reasons why he loves working far from the capital. He can work in peace without question. That way, he can use his talents for the benefits of the tribe and push the boundaries of science. You can find Mommark in the Rise of the Oligarch set, but this was a little difficult to find out, so if you pulled Mommark from a particular box set, leave a comment and let me know. That'd be great. Mommark resembles a typical mad scientist. His character has similarities to Dr. Victor Frankenstein from the Mary Shelley novel, or even Rick Sanchez from Rick and Morty. Both are known for their wild experiments as well. Mommark has green skin, red tufts of hair, and wears a purple suit. Kind of looks like the Joker a little bit, now I'm thinking about it. Once again, not much is known about Mommark's personal history. We can gather that he always had a brilliant mind and a love of science, specifically genetics. So Mommark had an interest in biology and physics. At some point along the way, he met Maxor, who saw potential in the young scientist. Now, this is just a theory, a chaotic theory. Maxor might have still been a young overworlder by the time he began his reign as ruler. Maxor probably lacked the manpower to defend the overworld territory from its many enemies. That's when he might have learned of Mommark's talents and wanted to use him to create strong warriors and heroes. However, Maxor underestimated Mommark's thirst for knowledge and experimentation. He often takes things too far just to see how far he can push the boundaries of nature. That's why eventually Maxor forbidden Mommark from creating any other dangerous creatures, because they have the potential of harming not only overworld territory and its people, but a possibility of threatening all of Param. In the words of Dr. Ian Malcolm, your scientists were so preoccupied with whether or not they could, they didn't stop to think if they should. Prime example of such failures or successes, depending on your point of view, Ghoul combining a stag beetle with music. Then is Raren, a bat combined with music. Zur combined with an ankylosaurus, which, by the way, you're gonna have to just suspend your disbelief a little bit with some of these, because some of these stuff is earth-based items. Don't know how somebody like Mommark get his hands on fossils from Earth. Even if he got a human to try to get one, there's no way they could teleport in Param or even Chaotic with a fossil, because their minds are transported, not their actual physical presence. So it's weird. Don't think about it too much. And more recently, Stelgar, who's a combo of a starfish and music. All these experiments either rebelled, escaped, or Mommark thought they were failures. Either way, Maxor forbidden Mommark from unauthorized experiments. Mostly because they keep running to the underworld, boosting Chaos forces. That being said, Mommark created some great creatures for the overworld, such as Staluk, a centaur and music combo. Then is Attila, a combination of a cyclops and music. And Maglax, a combination of magnetism and music. This overworlder is basically Magneto in this universe, just in a lesser degree by comparison to the actual Magneto, who is Omega level. Whenever Maxor needs to increase his fighting forces, Mommark is the one he'll go to. Mommark is loyal and friends with primarily the overworld tribe. For the most part, he doesn't care for the other tribes. Humans, he probably doesn't care one way or the other. Mommark's true love is science and his research. Mommark is an oddball scientist. He loves to experiment and his research. He loves his research. Mommark isn't one to hold grudges. He can also have a serious demeanor. Mommark's favorite locations is Mommark's Catapult Tower. Initiative speed. When this becomes the active location, creatures you control gain Swift 1. The Storm Grounds. Initiative Courage. Minion creatures' activated abilities cost an additional counter to play. Flavor text reads, "The lightning storm has raged for hundreds of years, and will continue to do so long after every creature is gone." Castle Mommark. Initiative Fire. When Castle Mommark becomes the active location, each player may sacrifice a creature they control. If they do, they may return another creature from the general discard pile to any unoccupied space on their side of the battle board. Favorite battle gears. Mommark's Energy Infuser. At the beginning of combat, equipped creature gains 5 energy for each music counter on it. The equipped creature may gain no more than 40 energy this way. If equipped creature has no music counters, destroy it. And Staff of Wisdom. Equipped creature gains 25 wisdom. We're first introduced to Mommark in Season 1, Episode 23, Stelgar Strikes. After watching a chaotic match, Peyton tells Kaz and Tom about the overworld scientist Mommark and the creatures he created, like Attila. Intrigued and excited about scanning the bizarre creatures even Mommark doesn't know he'll get, the trio teleport to Castle Mommark to search his lab. After tricking Attila, who is guarding the lab, into letting them inside by convincing him they're planning a surprise birthday party for Mommark, the friends began their search. Peyton came across Mommark's recent experiment, Stelgar. Thinking he was just a harmless pet, Peyton accidentally released Stelgar into the wild. Just then, Mommark came back, furious that the humans released Stelgar. Mommark, feeling guilty, Peyton offered to lend a hand. Mommark reluctantly accepted, given the severity of the situation. Working with Steluk and Attila, Peyton and his friends looked all over the forest of life for Stelgar to no avail. Ois, while picking some fruit, runs into a giant Stelgar, having grown in size thanks to the heat from the sun. This explains why Mommark had him submerged in water. Ois tried to battle the mysterious creature, but thanks to its immense size, Ois' attacks were useless. Ois managed to fend Stelgar off temporarily thanks to some water attacks. Steluk and the others found Ois and came to his aid. Realizing there's no hope in capturing Stelgar alive, Mommark decided to destroy the beast. Much to Peyton's protest, Gaspadon raced to provide Steluk some decrescendo music to reduce Stelgar's size. In the ongoing battle, Kaz seemingly is eaten by Stelgar, but due to some quick thinking, he teleported out in time. Having cornered Stelgar near a dam at Lake Puria, Steluk, Ois, Gaspadon, and Attila engaged in battle against the ever-increasing Stelgar. Using a few decrescendo musics, the Overworlders temporarily shrunk Stelgar enough to destroy him, but are distracted by Peyton's protests. With the music wearing off, they continue to attack a now helpless Stelgar. Peyton then gets an idea to trick a dim-witted Attila into attacking him by calling him names and getting him angry. In a fit of rage, Attila accidentally attacks the dam and the rushing water sweeps away Stelgar, leading everyone to conclude Stelgar is dead, and Peyton bids a heartfelt farewell to the creature. But don't worry, Stelgar was swept away to the underworld, where he is found and cared for by Wothar, who found him. The next slash last time we see Mommark was briefly in Season 3, Episode 4, Hotek's Challenge Part 1. Tom managed to earn the right to a chaotic match against Codemaster Hotek. Realizing he can't rely on the same creatures and moves, Tom decided to spend some time going on a private scan quest to improve his deck. On one such excursion, Bodil told him about how Mommark was running tests in the storm grounds. Mommark hooked up Gespedon to his energy infuser and harnessed the storm's electricity to supercharge his speed to 120, 10 points higher than Gespedon. Tom used this boost to defeat Hotek's Nearing. Officially, this is the last time we see Mommark. We can only assume he was at Toborn's funeral like nearly everyone else, but it hasn't been confirmed. But we will see more of Mommark in the future when the series returns. Mommark, overworld creature. Ability: Music counter, heal 10 energy to target creature. And this one, I'm a little bit curious if it's actually real, but I thought I added just in case it is real, just to complete the Mommark video. So if it is real, let me know. If not, sorry. Mommark, Clone Master, Overworld Muge. Abilities: at the beginning of your turn, Mommark gains a music counter. When another creature you control is defeated, remove all music counters from Mommark. If you remove 5 or more music counters this way, return that creature to play in an unoccupied space with no music counters. And that was Mommark. If you like this video, please leave a like, share this video, comment below, let me know what you guys think of Mommark. How often do you use them in your deck? And let me know what other creatures or battle gear or locations you want me to do a chaotic video about, and I will put it on the list. But until then, I will see you guys next time. Take care. Be well.